In today's Raijin Podcast, we'll be debating if Boruto does deserve a second chance. With your host, Marcel, we have Kenzo and Q. Alright, let's start it, guys.
Well, y'all know what side I'm on. I definitely believe that Kishimoto is kicking right now. Whoever originally started off the story, I understand he fucked up, and a lot of people lost faith, and I get it. But at the end of the day, I'm a big fan of just waiting it out because, really, right now, Kishimoto is cooking. He's taking trash and turning it into a masterpiece. And by the end of this story, I feel like a lot of people are going to be mad that they didn't follow along. And that happens with a lot of animes. People will give up too early on it, and then story gets good, and now they gotta catch up, and then too far behind. That's how I feel about One Piece, where it's obviously it didn't start off terrible, but it's just really long and it's hard to get through and stay engaged at portions of it. But once I actually give it a chance,
One Piece actually was good in the beginning, though.
It was slow.
One Piece.
It was very slow.
So it's slow. That's true. But One Piece, the story has consistently, even though it has its slow moment, it's been consistently good. The issue that I have and a lot of fans have, Naruto fans have with Boruto, is that
it's not consistent. It's not only certain good.
But and also it started off a shit show. It started off really, really bad. And so it really turned off a lot of fans. A lot of people are saying it's 120 episodes and it gets good, but why should we have to wait 123 episodes in to get good? You
shouldn't. Reality of it is, it's you shouldn't have to wait 120 episodes for it to get good. At the end of the day, I feel like Kishimoto made a terrible decision by handing over the reins to somebody new to go about it. And at the end of the day, the writer thought he was doing the right thing, and it was completely the wrong thing. And you fumbled. But at the end of the day, it's how many? Like I said before, it's just LeBron James took him how many years, how many seasons to actually win a championship. He was one of the most highly rated players. Everyone had so many expectations for him, but he just couldn't get that win. But eventually, he got it. And the people who stayed along for that journey, were able to see it, and it feels so much more great at that point. Because I remember growing up, I was a Miami Heat fan. So when we got LeBron, we knew it was up. So it's just and that's how it feels getting Kishimoto back. We just got LeBron back, bro. We just got LeBron on our team again. And it's just we're finna win some championships. His story is getting good now. And he's been proving that. So I feel people should just stick around. And it's and if the first half isn't for you, come back at the time skip, bro. The time skip they cooking right now. Boruto using flying Raijin and everything. Come on, dude. He look like a mini Sasuke. We still trying to figure out whether he's Sasuke's son or not. Because, nothing adds up in this story.
All I'm saying is, bro, is that the beginning was such a bad start, coming off of how goated Naruto was, and a lot of fans were like, okay, this is going to be sequential to Naruto, and it's going to actually, we had, like I was saying earlier, we had their standards, and we came in with a certain amount of expectations, and not only did Boruto deliver really lower than those expectations, it was rock bottom.
Honestly, so with that, I understand.
And so it just
it's really
turned off so many people that a lot, the OG Naruto fan base that was okay, we're gonna tune into Boruto. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be a really good continuation of the series, and it just turned out to be just
and
a
it
shit
wasn't
show.
What they expected. And I understand that, but we can't say that when you look at those first 293 episodes. There is a lot of good content in there. A lot of it is filler, and they're stupid side missions that nobody really cares about. But there are a lot of good stories in there, like Boruto going to get Mitsuki back, Baryon mode, tuning exams, the whole part
I don't doubt
when
that.
Sarada met Sasuke for the first time, and it's just bro, and that's crazy because she was 12. But it's but dude, it's there's a lot of portions where it's I still, for me, watching it, it was just I know that this is super slow and drawn out, and some of these episodes really suck, but I have faith based on the little seeds that they're planting here, that this can turn around. And when Kishimoto took the reins again, he started turning it around, and now it's on its way to being great.
It's already been bad for such a extended period of time. Like I said, it's a lot of people who there was there's that threshold where you're okay, it might get good, and then I'll continue watching it. That threshold for a lot of fans was already cut off after 30 episodes. We're nah, bro, we not messing with this.
Let's be real about it though. most fans are bandwagoners. They only around when shit's good in the first place, and that's the reality of the story. When Boruto actually starts getting good after the time skip,
that's true.
They're gonna hop back on anyway.
No,
like they do with everything else.
But they
bro.
not. Like, they not, because as time progresses, people's attention spans are getting longer. And like I said, they've not only did they fumble the bag with
Boruto. Shorter. I think you mix that up.
Oh yeah, shorter.
Yeah,
shorter. You're right. But not only did they fumble the bag for Boruto to capture the young generation, so they're going to Demon Slayer, JJK, all these other great, phenomenal animes, and then also the OG generation, they were like, okay, well, we're gonna give it a shot, and they lost that. So it's like a lot of the people who are Boruto fans, and I have yet to meet Boruto fans other than you two.
Oh, there's more Boruto fans.
There's a bunch of Boruto fans.
Of course, they're doing. Of course,
like if we ran a poll right now, we're finding at least a couple thousand Boruto fans.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Of course, they're probably.
Boruto Funko?
Of course, they have to do.
Boruto Funko sold out. Hold on.
But of course, they're doing numbers, but because of course, people are watching the fights, but it's like it's not like the core fan base, and it's a whole different fan base.
But question, I feel like one of the things here that turns a lot of people off to Boruto is because I don't think they're here for the story. I think they're here for the action. They're expecting just ninja fights and this, that, and the third, but they're not looking at the overarching story that's unraveling right in front of them. Because in reality, if they looked at everything from Amato snaking everybody to Kashi Kojin showing up and being this mysterious Jiraiya clone to Kawaki and his karma and his intentions with everything, it's like if you look at the story, this is one of the best stories out right now. In my opinion, this is one of the best stories out right now because there's so many deep intricacies to it. And you can't even say chill because you haven't even read the story.
For all the intricacies, because no one's the fan
It's never too late it's never too late for a story to get good. That's like saying it's too late for you to turn around your life because it started off bad.
I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, okay, if we're going off that, that's like saying I've been doing this. I've been living this type of life, and instead of it's hard to. Like I said, it's the food analogy. You go to a restaurant, you go 4 or 5 times, they're giving you nothing but bad food, bad grease or whatever. You have a stomach ache, you have diarrhea, you're throwing up. You're not gonna go there. Even if 1 year from now, someone's like, "Hey, the food's lit, it's good, 5-star ratings." It's a lot of times it's
if it held a place in your heart, you're gonna give it another try.
No.
That's like how people go back to their ex, and their ex fucks them over, and they go back to their ex because they still got a place in their heart.
If you give it held a place in my heart. That's why I went the 5 times. It held a place in my heart. That's why I went the 10 times. It held a place in my heart. That's why I watched it the 30 episodes. I did, but because it just wasn't getting delivered, and I was getting bad content. A lot of fans is like, bro, you only can do it for so long. You only can eat. You love that restaurant. You're gonna go there 5-10 times, but eventually you're gonna say, hey, I'm not getting my money's worth. I'm not getting the entertainment I'm here for. I'm not getting the story I'm here for. Especially if it's coming off such a legendary anime such as Naruto, and it delivers on such a low threshold. Of course, it's just people are not going to. It's gonna have to get really good, and I feel like a lot of people, like you were saying, are going to end up coming back to it.
Yeah, and that's my whole point. It's just I understand
if it does
that they started off crazy. I'm not denying that. Yes, the first half is not as good as it could be, but that doesn't mean that the story is worth giving up on completely. Because at the end of the day, if you're a true Naruto fan, then you want to see how this ends. You want to see where does Naruto end up at the end of this? Where does the village end up? Where does this leave us at? And is there anything that comes after this? And for me, as being an OG Naruto fan from day one, it's just I'm willing to stick here and figure it out and see where this thing goes. Because at the end of the day, it's I'm not I get it's 20-minute episodes, but it's that's not giving all that much just to see okay, is this going to turn around? And for me, I don't even have to see is it going to turn around because I'm already watching it turn around. I'm caught up on everything. It's going in the right direction right now, and I just don't think that it's worth giving up on it just because it started off a little bit slow. And it's just like, and I understand if everyone comes back at the end because they heard it got good and like, they want to check it out.
It didn't start off a little bit slow. It started off bad. And I think that's
that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of really good parts in the first half. There's a lot of really good parts. If you subtract the filler, there's a lot of really good episodes, bro.
So you think people should give it another shot?
Yes, 100%. But I feel like if you want, if you want something that relates closer to the original Naruto, then you have to start where Kishimoto picked his pen back up. You can't start at the very beginning of the story, and I understand that that's hard because at the end of the day, that's not how stories work.
I just feel like it's like OG fans want to see. It's going to be a while, but we're going to want to see like a track record of a few good episodes.
That's the thing. There are a few good, bro. That episode broke the internet.
I mean, it's going to have a track record of good consistent storyline, storytelling,
and that's why they
animation,
took the break.
Fights, stuff like that.
To be able to do that
before people come back to it.
And that's what I'm saying. They took this break when they come back from their hiatus, and they have the whole rest of the story animated for people. That's when people are gonna. That's when they're gonna get that. That's when they're gonna get that like experience, and everyone's gonna want to come back because they're gonna be really cooking at that point when it's time for part 2 of it's called Boruto 2 Blue Vortex now. So it's just like when we get the 2 Blue Vortex portion. That's when people are going to be like, okay, yeah, they're cooking, they're back. This is what I wanted to see from day one.
They can't get upset. I feel like, okay, if that's okay, that's valid. No one can get upset then if people do not watch it until it gets to that point because it's one of those things where they already ruined the initial threshold. It's like you have it's like Cyberpunk 2077. Cyberpunk 2077.
It's like you have 14 days to return it, and then the 14 days passed. And it's just like
yeah, exactly. Or like Cyberpunk 2077 when they released that game, it was a disaster. Then they released Cyberpunk Edge Runners. They released a lot of good like patches, updates for it. It became a playable game,
and it's like
and then a lot of people went back to the game.
Yeah.
So in a sense, Boruto would have to do the same thing, because I feel like Boruto, the beginning was a disaster, like Cyberpunk 2077.
Yes.
So I feel like it's going to have to be like that.
It's going to have to essentially be flawless for the rest of the story. And that's what I'm saying. The way they're cooking things up right now. And for me, everything stems around Amado. It's just like, if you guys just look at Amado from the first episode he is introduced into this story and read throughout, you will see that he is the Kabuto of this series. He is playing everyone for a fool, and everything's going accordingly to his plan, and he might be an Otsuki and just be hiding it this whole time. And for me, the way I'm watching Kishimoto cook this up, where you don't really know for sure, but everything is pointing in that direction, it's like, if this plays out the way I think it's finna play out right now, the way you setting it up to play out, bro, that's what's gonna make it like, bro, he's setting up so many conspiracies. There's so much going on, like from a ninja aspect of like these, like the best ninjas in the world are getting finessed by a scientist right now. And it's just like, bro, like if this goes like this is deep. Like this is not like just surface level. Oh yeah, well Pain attacked the village and we're finna go fight him now. Like this is some real like he's adding conspiracies and different layers and levels of like on some like. And here's the other thing: Kishimoto's best friends with Oda, and it's like I feel like for Boruto, what Kishimoto is doing to save this is applying the exact same intricacies that you get in One Piece, because One Piece is so many different layers of like. Dragon being a revolutionary, and then there's so many different things happening that unravel throughout the story,
and then they all end up tying together somehow in the story, which is extremely.
Which is what Kishimoto is doing with Boruto right now. He's taking all these broken pieces and he's finding these ways to tie them together, make them make sense, and create like these characters that are going to go down as like, bro, like you're going to really be attached to what's going on, bro.
Just know though that a large group of fans aren't going to come back, and which is unfortunate. And I'm not lying, myself included.
And to me, y'all wasn't real fans in the first place.
What? Stop, bro.
I'm sorry. Y'all wasn't no
we was real fans. We literally stuck around to give Boruto a chance, and they fumbled the bag. It was ass.
But I look at it
I was seeing reels of Sasuke running next to dinosaurs.
Which was cool.
They fight Halo 3 aliens in that joint. What are you talking about?
You ever watch Sasuke with dinosaurs, dude?
Bro, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
How long? Okay, mind you,
it's also when OG fans see stuff like that on YouTube Reels and TikTok and Reels come up like that, we think, what the fuck? What is going on? We like, what is going on?
Bro, they would summon animals in every other episode of Naruto, so I don't see why everyone's mad about dinosaurs. I really don't.
It's just bizarre. It's just bizarre.
What's bizarre about something that actually existed? And they explained it in the show.
I'm just saying, if dinosaurs came up in Dragon Ball Z, it'd be cool.
They have dragons. That's literally a dinosaur.
Dragon Ball does have dinosaurs.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But in Dragon
How is that
Dragon Ball Z, it'd be normal because you see it from the jump. You see it from the jump. You see it from the jump. But with Boruto, you don't. Or from Naruto and Boruto, that's why it throws it off. Because when a fan sees stuff like that, it's like, bro, what is going on? What are they writing? Like, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter that
they just took something completely out of. Like, I understand that you're not.
We don't even need the context. We just see that and we're just like, bro, what is going on? And this is why I'm not watching it.
They're acting like dinosaurs never existed. They took something that actually existed. They made it made sense because all he was doing was using the reanimation jutsu on dinosaur fossils. What is so different about that than them bringing back dead people to life? They said instead of just doing more Hokages, let's bring dinosaurs. Something
does that not sound weird though?
No.
How do they go from reanimating Kages to reanimate dinosaurs? It's just that contrast is like weird.
Because when you have someone like Naruto and Sasuke, they've already defeated all the reanimated Kages. What the fuck is the point of bringing more back? I'm supposed to bring back Minato to fight his son
I'm not saying that, but like out of all the things you guys are reanimating, you're reanimating dinosaur fossils. You said you're a dinosaur fossil.
They tied it into the story of why it was important. Those dinosaur fossils saved Naruto's life.
I'm thinking of more of like...
Literally, those dinosaur fossils saved... Naruto would be dead right now without these fucking dinosaurs.
Naruto been dead since Boruto came out because that series is trash.
Bro, he's in a separate dimension where he's actually mastering
he just happens to be in a separate dimension.
You didn't even get to that part to see how he got up there.
Because I couldn't. It was unbearable. A lot of people aren't getting to that point.
Bro, you want to know how Naruto got in the second dimension? His son that he took in snaked him. His son that he took in snaked. Like, bro, like this is turning out to be one of. Imagine taking in an orphan. And then he snakes your whole family and makes everyone forget about the actual son that you have, and now everyone thinks that he's your son. This is crazy. This is Obsession. Have you ever watched Beyonce, the Beyonce movie Obsession?
Yeah.
Naruto is, but they're cooking in Boruto right now. This is literally an Obsession
How is that
episode.
cooking? That sounds whack as hell.
What? Bro, imagine you bring in like somebody, like literally you pick up like
it would have been cool if they had a solid beginning, bro. But I feel like
it's still cool right now, bro. They're cooking with what they have, bro. Like that. How is that whack, bro? Somebody I took in and trained for like for a significant part. I literally saved you from the streets, and then you turn around and snake me.
Well, let them cook. A lot of fans ain't gonna watch to the end or until something crazy happens. So like,
and they're gonna miss out on one of the best endings and one of the best stories like most people didn't even think was salvageable.
That's what I'm saying. Later on down the road, we'll probably watch it. If it goes down in history that good, or if it becomes that good, a lot of people will go. I'll go back and rewatch it. But I think as of right now, it's like you don't have it doesn't have a track record of being good.
It does now. Like most people, like you said, most people, it's the first. Oh yeah, it doesn't get good until like 100 episodes, and that's just too much for me. But it does get. But everyone can admit that it does start getting good. It does start getting good. Like I understand it takes a minute to get there, but it does start getting good, and it's just a matter of patience. And I understand the issue is because you have Jujutsu Kaisen, you have Chainsaw Man, you have all these other. If we didn't have short form anime right now, and it was still long form like how Naruto was, how One Piece was. I don't think people would be tripping as much off of all the filler and stuff. It's only because for the past couple years, we've had the luxury of watching animes like Jujutsu Kaisen that literally are 3-4 seasons, it's already over.
But there's been plenty of anime that's been like that.
But it wasn't dominating the industry. What dominated the industry for the past 10 years was Bleach, One Piece, Naruto, and all of those are long form, a lot of filler.
But those are considered big three. There were still a lot of great anime that were 24 episodes.
But no one was really watching those. How much of that stuff you carrying in the store right now, Marcel? What do we see? Dragon Ball, filler. One Piece, filler. Naruto, filler. Everything in here.
But that doesn't mean there's a lot of people who come in here and who ask about anime like that.
Yeah, but I mean, compared to the most people where they're coming just looking for a Dragon Ball piece.
I mean, if that's the case, I mean, you don't even have reincarnated slime. You have nothing reincarnated as slime in here.
Yeah, keychains.
No, we do. Yeah, we have keychains.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh. And we have the little slime thing too, or is that from?
We had a life-size slime. But
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, there's like in that, and like my whole thing is just like, bro, like I understand it's like based on the current landscape of anime, Boruto didn't meet those expectations. But all I'm saying is that the story is salvageable. The story is being salvaged right now, and it's turning out to be one of the best stories that I've read in all of anime currently. For me, like this is turning out to be one of the best stories because the amount of snakeage and like conspiracies that are going on right now in this anime are crazy. It's like the fact that you can like, it's real life drama now at this point. It's not even like, it's just the fact that you're taking like, because that's the thing. It's just like a lot of this isn't even about aliens and dinosaurs. A lot of this is just about the personal relationships and how many people are getting stabbed in the back right now. And for me, that's way more interesting than Itadori.
But in order for someone to really get invested in those personal relationships, you'd want them to stick around from the beginning of the anime, from the get-go.
And you'd have to start off. And I understand they didn't get a chance to connect to the characters at that point. But it's like, but that's the thing. You can, like, there's a lot of characters that you start off, I didn't really like. I hated Inosuke. When I first watched Demon Slayer, I couldn't like, and now he's my favorite character on the show.
Hard, bro.
At first, I didn't like him. Like at first, I didn't like Demon Slayer because they was all crying every 3 episodes, and then it took me.
Hey, bro, you about to get attacked by the demon? Hey, if you're a Demon Slayer fan, cook this man, bro.
When I first started watching Demon Slayer, I could not do it because they couldn't stop crying for sure. How are you slaying?
They was boxing though.
And every day you crying
in their joint.
But that's what I'm saying. It took me multiple seasons to learn their backstories and see how much shit they were going through.
They should have drew you in right when Tanjiro came back to the crib and
it didn't. But after a little while,
everybody else was.
But after I got
unalive, bro.
Multiple seasons, like the Rengoku the Train movie, I fell asleep during that shit. I hated that. I fell asleep in the movie theaters. Everyone was, oh my god, this was the most, oh shit, Rengoku down, oh my. And I'm over here like, this shit sucks. Why are these niggas crying half the time?
No, okay. The one thing I can agree is I felt like the Rengoku, I felt like it was rushed a little bit.
Yeah, 100%.
Just a little bit.
100%. But like for me, like I said, it's
so
I'm
not gonna lie, I sort of did have the same, initially I was like, but
with Demon Slayer, it's like you're introduced to a lot of these characters up front, like a lot of the Hashiras, but you don't find out that like there's an arc to find out each of their stories, and you have to wait around for that. Yeah. And it's just like, and at first it's like there was nothing to draw me into these characters because half the time they just crying, like and then after actually sticking with it, giving it a chance, and watching it through, now I understand their struggle. Now I understand the traumatic experiences that they went through. Like Sotomi's life sucks. His life sucks, and he didn't do nothing wrong but try to protect his little brother. And his little brother turned on him. And that's what I'm saying. That's the type of writing and that's going on in Boruto right now. Naruto went out of his way to bring in a stray kid, change his life, and now
like I said, over 100 episodes in. Over 100 episodes in, right? You said right now, over 100 episodes in.
Same thing with Demon Slayer. It took me that long
Demon Slayer wasn't no 100 episodes in.
For me, it was. It took me a long time to get into Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer's not even 100 episodes. What are you talking about?
However long, but it's the fact that it's like I'm already halfway through the series. I didn't get into it until halfway through the series. They got like what, 2 seasons left? Realistically, like 2 seasons left. I didn't get into it until the last 2 seasons.
All I'm saying is, how many? Let me see how many episodes. How many seasons? Demon Slayer season.
Well, we know it's 3 seasons. There's 3 seasons out, and now they're gonna release the 4th season. It's a training arc.
Yeah, so I've only watched season 3. Like, I went back and watched the first 2, but the first 2 I couldn't watch because it was unbearable.
What? No way, bro.
But the 3rd season, I came back, I gave it a chance, like, and I watched it through. I saw their stories, and I was like, okay, this deserves a chance. Let me go back and give it a shot. Let me go back and give it a fair shot.
So you mean it's man? I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell both of y'all, man. Mine's these are Boruto fans right here, man. I don't know what to tell y'all, but give it a chance.
If y'all want to wait until but all I'm saying is before you call. Everyone says Boruto is trash. Before you call the whole series trash, wait until it's over.
I'm not saying the whole series trash.
Go back and watch the whole. But most people are because they're talking about the first 200. And I understand it's off to a slow start, but I can't say the whole series is trash.
But you have to understand if you get a whole bunch of trash, you're gonna think that's trash. Like
So that's the issue. You're making assumptions based on a couple episodes rather than just giving it a chance. Like I said, you haven't gotten past episode 30. So everything you're saying, because you haven't seen episode 31 through 293, bro, it's lacking evidence that comes in those episodes.
Dude, I'm not. But this is going back to, no one is going to. If I watch 30 bad episodes, I'm not about to sit through another 100.
Skip forward.
100. No.
Then skip to the good parts.
Skip to the good
I'm not
parts.
gonna waste. I'm not gonna waste my time.
Let's skip to the good parts.
Why? Okay. Why would I sit there and watch an anime that has consistently from the beginning
Because not
has
every
consistently
episode
been
is bad. But not every episode is bad, and you wouldn't know that because you haven't given any of the other episodes a chance. Because the first 30 were bad.
If the majority of the beginning of the episodes I saw,
do you like sports?
I do.
What's your favorite sport?
Basketball.
All right, so if your basketball team lost the first 30 games, are you not going to check in if they make it to the playoffs?
I am.
So you're gonna watch the playoffs if they make it. But if they lose the first 30 games, so you're just gonna check out. Is you gonna apply the same concept there? Because that's essentially what's going on. Just because you lose the first 30 games doesn't mean you can't make it to the championship.
It's different though. I feel like it's not. It's different.
What's different about it? You're watching something.
Because
and if it's not interesting, you tune out.
Now hear me out. Because the season before that, if we did good,
and the next season you're trash, like the Warriors right now.
That
Last
means
season you did good. This season you're trash.
I know, but I know the track record of my team, so I know. Okay, the Warriors are having a rough year.
I'm going off the track record of Naruto,
but
who's still an essential part of the story that they're going to be bringing back.
Boruto doesn't really have a track record. The track record.
They broke
Let me finish. In the beginning, the track record that it had was all based off of Naruto.
Yes, a championship season. They came off of a championship season and they started losing, and now they're
no. They started off a championship season. They won. Let's say Naruto won 6 rings, MJ type shit, right?
Yeah, and Boruto.
Hold on. What Boruto essentially did was we were like, oh yeah, we about to get our 7th ring. We about to be chilling. We about to be on some Tom Brady type shit, right? What ends up happening is it's like they refranchised the whole thing and they ended up failing. So not only did they essentially severed the connection that they had with Naruto, but they damn near did something similar to franchising and they fumbled the bag and they made
sever the connection at any point. The story is still a continuation. How did they sever the connection? It's just not the same. Like they're just not right. Like
it's like I said, it was like we had
this generation.
People had to set expectations because it was coming off of Naruto,
and that's their problem to have the expectation going into it. Like
that's an insult to the fans, though. How is that our problem? You should have if and I guess like I said, it's the writer's fault. You're coming off a phenomenal anime such as Naruto with iconic characters such as Kakashi, freaking Itachi, just Shikamaru. I love Shikamaru. I like Shikamaru. Like there's so many good.
Shikamaru's Hokage
you didn't even know he was Hokage.
You should be watching.
You didn't stick around.
I'm not sticking around for Boruto. I'm just not.
So when I tell you in a couple weeks when he dies,
I mean
he's
Gaara, you know,
like you finna go watch that. When the episode comes and Shikamaru died, because they setting that up to happen right now.
See, and then when I hear stuff like that, it makes me not even want to watch it.
Why? Like Jiraiya dying was one of the best things about Naruto. It sucked, but yeah, it was one of the best. Like that's one of the best parts of Naruto.
So you're saying you wouldn't watch Jujutsu Kaisen, where they going all out, killing everybody?
I know. I feel like that's different. I just feel like.
How is that different?
Because Jujutsu Kaisen, it's not coming off of there was no prequel.
There's a prequel. Jujutsu Kaisen 0.
They dropped that way after. That was kind of weird how they.
Yeah, that was way after. Bro.
Honestly, Yuta should have been the main character from the because honestly, how do you make a franchise where your main character gets overshadowed by the guide, and then the original main character is still better than the main character that you made the main character?
That shit don't make no sense.
Y'all really fucked up. Like I'm gonna be real. If we gonna talk about who fucking up with the writing, y'all really fucked up, and then you gonna kill everyone's favorite character.
That dude, he was tripping, bro.
And then not even show it on screen.
Oh my god! And what's crazy? It's crazy. I remember I was reading that chapter. And I was like, oh dang, another flashback. Because at the beginning of the chapter, it's like, oh, Gojo wins or whatever. I'm like, oh, he took a dub.
And then the next chapter, it's like, psych, we were just kidding. Like,
and I was like, what the fuck? I had to go back to the chapter, scroll all the way to the bottom because I skipped that flashback. I ain't gonna lie, I skipped the flashback. Shout out to the people who have short attention spans. You know, I was like, oh, it's flashback. He won. And then I was like, I I just hold on. Go to the end of the chapter. He's chopped in half on the ground. Like, bro, like what?
Yeah, that didn't make any sense.
Like, no way,
I know
bro.
that's a little off topic, but at the end of the day, that hurt for sure. Like that was not the best. That was like anticlimactic, where it's like, okay, you're making this really good fight, and then you get to the point where it's like, who made this call, bro? Because this was not what we wanted. And that's the thing. It's like that's the thing as fans. It's like you're not always gonna get what you want, and sometimes there's like, I think for the new writer, just to like. One, you fucked up the whole franchise. I'm not gonna lie, but the reality of it is
they need to ban that man from picking up a pen anywhere near writing anything. But the one thing that man needs to get thrown into Japanese jail, bro. That man, he committed war crimes with that shit, bro.
But the one thing that I have to give him credit for is like you did try to do something different, and yeah, it may not have actually worked out in your favor, but you still took a chance to do something different. And I feel like...
And even though it failed...
I feel like he took a Drake approach, where Drake is at a point where I don't need the album to be good because I have an audience. I can just drop whatever and I'm finna go number one because I have the numbers.
But see, with...
And I feel like that's what the new writer thought with Naruto. It's like, I have the one of the biggest fan bases... And it doesn't really matter what I write.
And he was wrong.
And he was wrong. So it's just like, and I feel like that's what I'm saying. I don't want to judge Boruto based off of a shitty writer's perspective on how the story was supposed to go. Like that's just unfair to Kishimoto and the franchise. Because when Kishimoto picked back up, he started turning it around, and I'm like, okay, there is a chance for this to go down as a really good anime, even though it had a bad start. But unless we give it the chance and actually get to that point, it's not ever like people are just gonna go down like, judging it. And honestly, I don't really care if y'all never watch Boruto or the rest of Boruto, because I know, like I said, where it's heading. And if they accomplish what I'm thinking that they're working on right now, I'm going to be glad that I'm one of the few people who was actually able to see. Y'all missing out, bro. And, like, I don't believe me, but y'all missing out. And it's going to be too late by the time they actually check in with it. Like, so it's just like, bro.
All I'm saying is for a lot of fans, it's going to have to wait until
it's over.
Until,
like,
or until there's something where there's going to have to be something that's really
that
going
constantly breaks. Like, they have to break the internet like 3 times in a row.
For people to be like, okay, we're going to go back and watch it.
Back up. And it's just like, and I feel like that's the shitty part about it, is the fact that it's like, yo, like, I don't know. It's just like, bro, for me, it's just like, just stick it through. It's anime. It's not like a fucking shitty relationship. It's like, it's a TV show. It's just like, bro, like, I'm going to stick it out and just see where this goes, because I genuinely like the character. I genuinely like the show. I like the franchise. So it's like, I don't think that a bad start should dictate, like, I don't, like, just completely trash, and I don't even know how I feel about this anymore type shit. Because it's like, bro, like, just really give it a chance. Like, it's just like, because, like, 30 episodes, for me, 30 episodes isn't a chance. That's just like, you just weren't into it, and I get it. Like, you're not going to always be into it, but it's like, I wasn't into my history textbook. I still had to finish the homework.
All I'm saying is, if you guys are out there, and you are a Naruto fan, and Boruto turned you off like it did me and myself, give it a chance when, it really starts picking up or it really starts going viral. Yeah. I personally feel like, for me, Boruto has sort of ruined its chances. It's going to take me a while to get back into it. And hey, I could let me know. I could be just holding the biggest L. Like, it could be like just one of the greatest animes, but just the beginning was such a shit show, and for a lot of people, it really did kill off a lot of fans. I would say, like I said, until something crazy happens, then maybe give it a shot. Ken's probably going to tell you just give it a shot, but I'm going to say hold on.
I'm going to be honest. It's like, honestly, give it a shot, don't give it a shot. I'm going to watch it. Like, but at the end of the day, it's like, dude, like, I don't think, like, because at the end of the day, it's like, the real fans are, like, they're always going to love Naruto. They may not like the Boruto series, but it's like, that's never going to stop them from changing how they feel about the first series.
110%.
Like, it's just like, I can understand not everyone, like everyone says, sequels are never as good as the original.
And like, also why a lot of people do, like, they really did not like Boruto is because we had, a lot of us grew up watching Naruto. It's like
I feel like that's there's this bias there. Because
so the connection is like, I feel like the connection is definitely a lot stronger, and then we also expected so much more out of this person's son. Like, and I feel like we just got the short end of the stick.
That's like how you personally having a kid and you're disappointed because it's like, I was great and you can't even hoop, bro. Like, it's like, I used to be all city and you can't even dribble a basketball. Yeah, everyone would be disappointed, but that doesn't mean if the kid puts in the work, he can't be great down the line.
I feel like it would be more, I feel like it's more of the kid was good at one point, so you know his potential and you see the trajectory.
But we're talking about two different kids, and I feel like that's the thing. It's like you're putting these things in the same boat because yes, it's the same universe and the same franchise, but at the end of the day, it's like Naruto's its own thing and Boruto's its own thing. Like it's a continuation of the story, but they're two different people on two different paths, and that's the whole point of Boruto is to show that I'm not trying to take the path of my father. I'm not trying to be like him. I'm going to make my own fate. I'm going to defy destiny and make this shit happen my own way. And I feel like it's crazy because the main preference of the story, because it got fucked up from the beginning, it's like what they're trying to accomplish with Boruto is now coming true in real life with the writing and the direction of the franchise. They're going to defy fate by saying everyone's already given up on us, and I'm finna turn it around. That's what Kishimoto is saying. I'm finna defy destiny and turn this shit around.
I hope so. Looking forward to it. Let me know.
On that note, guys, I hope you enjoy listening to this heated debate. Not so heated.
Boruto, blah.
And we'll see you guys on the next one. Raijin Podcast.
Oh my god, bro. Please stop making me throw up.
Give a shout to Boruto if you watch it, guys.
If you watch Boruto, your eyes are going to bleed. Don't watch it. No way.